Document 2. Read the question first. According to President Andrew Jackson, what were 2 reasons for establishing an Indian removal policy? The source: President Andrew Jackson, Second Annual Message to Congress, December 6, 1830. Document 2. President Andrew Jackson had signed the Indian Removal Act on May 28, 1830. The consequences of a speedy removal will be important to the United States, to individual states, and to the Native American Indians themselves. The punctuary financial advantages which it promises to the government are the least of its recommendations. It puts an end to all possible danger of collision between the authorities of the general, federal, and state governments on account of the Indians. It will place a dense and civilized population in large tracts of country now occupied by a few savage hunters. By opening the whole territory between Tennessee on the north and Louisiana on the south to the settlement of the whites, it will incalculably greatly strengthen the southwesterners' frontier and render the adjacent states strong enough to repel future invasions without remote aid. It will relieve the whole state of Mississippi and the western part of Alabama of Indian occupancy, and enable those states to advance rapidly in population, wealth, and power. It will separate the Indians from immediate contact with settlements of whites, free them from the power of the states, enable them to pursue happiness in their own way and under their own rule, primitive institutions, will retard, slow, the progress of decay, which is lessening their numbers, and perhaps cause them gradually, under the protection of the government and through the influence of good counsels, to cast off their savage habits and become an interesting, civilized, and Christian community. These consequences, some of them so certain, and the rest so probable, make the complete execution of the plan sanctioned by Congress, Indian Removal Act, at their last session an object of much solicitude, concern. Question 2 says, according to President Andrew Jackson, what were 2 reasons for establishing an Indian removal policy?